So what are you bothering me on a Friday afternoon or what lunchtime or what's going on?
Um, well, for your show, I was running some numbers for an Allentown, PA
Yeah,
rental
if you want to do that
scenario.
real quick. Yeah, I don't got
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got about maybe an hour. So I don't know
Okay,
how much
okay.
time you
Well,
need
yeah. Well,
because I gotta
there's plenty of
hold on.
time. Yeah.
Kevin said it's possible. Wait, these people, man. 42. They asked people are crazy, man. They asked me like when they're supposed to check out. Can we check out later? Uh no. All right.
Oh shit. Have I talked to you about Bright Investor?
No. Why?
I gotta talk to you about this. Well, I'm gonna show you, but then we can talk about it later.
You're using Bright Investor right now? I haven't used it in a while.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So because you did you meet Donato or Drew? I forget. Who did you interview?
I met both of them. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Um, so they had a group yesterday talking, on like a Zoom, like people that like use it a lot and share about it and post about it or whatever.
Hmm.
And they have some new updates coming out. Wholesale data is going to be out there and like comparing market data. And I wrote, some pretty cool stuff. But like, it may be an opportunity with you growing your network, to maybe get some affiliate, you know, stuff with some of these people that are really, heavy into investing.
Yeah. I somebody else was who was I listening to and they were talking about having wholesale information on their stuff. Huh. I can't remember, but somebody else was talking about that. They had some I think that's kind of what people are I mean, as time, right? There's more information out there and people are just, more access. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So yeah, what's up with Allentown? I'm getting all kind of people asking me now about
Really?
Allentown and if I'm going to start investing over there, and I don't know yet. I mean, it's interesting, but
Yeah.
kind of like what I got.
Are you using this? Are you gonna use this? We good? We good
Yeah,
to rock
yeah,
and
we're
roll?
good. I don't know. You tell me. I got
I'm
to
ready.
edit.
I'm ready
Well,
to rock and roll and share my screen and let's get into it.
share things that I don't have to edit out, but yeah,
Okay. I
whenever you're
promise we
ready,
will
man.
only talk about rental stuff, nothing else.
No, whatever, man. Oh,
No.
yeah. I've been getting all kind of comments in YouTube though now. Now there's like people talking about basketball and football and yeah. Because
Yes.
somebody was upset. Not they were joking around, but they said, "Oh, this was like one of my favorite videos until you guys didn't consider Kareem Abdul-Jabbar like one of the top Lakers of all time." And then so that was the interview I did with Josh REI Stoner because he's a
Yeah.
Lakers fan, and
Yeah.
I sent Josh the picture, and he's like, "Well, tell that guy Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is a dick."
Yeah.
But
Did you
no, yeah,
see
that's
that
why,
one
yeah,
video from was
yeah,
the Clippers owner? I
yeah.
forget who that guy is. No.
But yeah, so Josh was like, "Yeah, tell him that guy." I was, no, I'm just saying that. But
But Dr. J, he's a good guy.
who?
Surprised you didn't bring up something about my Warriors again.
I don't follow the bottom guys. I don't pay attention to them. The
Yeah,
thugs.
yeah.
I don't follow those thugs. They don't even play basketball anymore.
Why is this so blurry?
I don't know. Draymond would probably got whooped back in the '80s though. He's as tough in today's basketball, but back in the '80s and '90s, man, he would have got whooped. I think.
Dude, like I saw that play in the moment and I'm like, okay, come on now. Like this is like next level. He needs to be suspended. That was too much. Like all your antics, like that one right there, like you need to suspend it for a long time because that was like intentional, just trying to flail, trying to draw a foul, but you hit somebody in the face. And then Steve Kerr said yesterday that he needs help. He has a problem. He has a whatever. And like I don't know what else is going on behind the scenes, but like this is how he plays. Like he's just trying to agitate, trying to get under people's skin. Like this is how he plays. This is how he operates. But then
Yeah.
I guess then now they're turning it into like a personal issue. Like other things going on behind the scenes. I don't know what's going on, but like okay, you've been letting him go like this for a long time. You knew there's a problem, and now that he got suspended, now you're going to say it's a problem. I don't know. I just feel like it's a little much for them to be now saying he's got a problem when this has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
But
It
whatever.
is. Yeah. No, I mean, hopefully it's not a. I mean, hopefully he gets figured out what's going on, though. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, maybe on his downtime, he'll have some interest in looking at some property in Allentown, Pennsylvania,
yeah. I don't know. Where is he from? I'm not sure.
Michigan.
Oh,
He
that's right.
went
I
to
think
Michigan
so. Yeah.
State, but I
That's
think
right.
he's from up Ann Arbor area. Maybe
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's right.
Yeah. Okay. You disable. Can you undisable host
Oh,
share?
yeah. I don't know. They set there's new settings and stuff. I gotta figure that they moved everything around. Oh, one advanced, multiple. All right, there you go. Should be working. How'd you like the live? It was long. It was fun though. I had fun.
Um, it was so cool to be able to see some faces that
Yeah.
we've been I've been getting to know from afar. So that was cool. I just felt bad because like we were just like taking over their little the actual scheduled meeting. So I felt bad for you know bombarding their time, but it was a lot of fun just to be able to shoot the shit and hang out and
Yeah.
um
I had fun. Yeah. I
you
don't plan
you
on doing it all
you
the time.
you had a lot of questions though.
Questions. What do you mean?
Yeah, you had a lot of questions for people about like real
What?
estate.
What?
I wanted to hear more about people like basketball, Bears
I
fan.
just try to keep it flowing, I just try
Yeah.
to go with, so I was trying to keep track of the comments and it's a lot of work,
Oh
you
yeah,
guys,
yeah. Because
so
so when you do that, because
mhm.
I had the zoom up on my phone, right? So
Yeah.
did you have both phone and computer up with the YouTube over here, or how did you have the interface up?
Yeah. So you have your YouTube open so that you can make sure that the live is going. And then you also have the Zoom on there that's open. And then I just have my phone on the side so I can see the comments because it's easier to
Okay,
scroll on it.
okay,
And
gotcha.
yeah, so hoping one of you would take charge and so I can goof around on the comments more. But
Okay, so I keep talking about Allentown because the rents and prices just seem stronger than other areas.
mhm.
Like I did some analysis for a client that we were comparing Pittsburgh, Allentown, Toledo as an example, and the cash flow on Allentown was stronger, and it's actually by a wider margin. So I literally just pulled two examples. The first one I did was a little bit of a bigger home. This is a this one, a 4 bed, 2 bath, price of 240. Um, and then if somebody wants to see a map here, this is Allentown, north of Pittsburgh. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
north of Philadelphia, um, northwest, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
And so I subscribe to Bright Investor, which is a pretty cool tool that just brings all kinds of data into one place. Um, and so a 4 bedroom, $2,500. It's pretty strong, pretty strong. And then what I
Yeah.
did is I took one of our other tools. This is MBS Highway, and just threw it into a system. So what did we say it was? 2,500.
So this is listed right now
Yeah.
or no? Oh.
Yep. Oh shoot, where did it go? I lost it. I lost it. Anyway, it was 2,500 bucks. I used 2,400 for this analysis. Rent increase vacancy, I'll use 5%. Property tax. Does that sound right? 4,700 bucks.
Yeah. Well, how much was this property you said?
Two
250?
240, 240.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Seems a little high.
Yeah.
But
Probably on the
um
higher end, but
So 25% down. Actually, you know what? Let me double check that. 240 times. Uh, so this is 25% down. I locked in a rate today at 6.5 with over 2 points. That was a sweet spot in the rate sheet. Um, so take it for what it is. Changes every single day. But rates have been coming down. So then from a cash flow perspective, 382 a month, not
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
I mean, I thought it would be a little bit more. Um, but like, okay,
How long has
appreciation,
this one been sitting out there though?
99 days.
Yeah. So you probably will get it less than that or
Yeah.
get some seller's concession. And so,
Closing costs or price or whatever. And
yeah.
appreciation, cash flow, over this is a 10-year horizon, 264% return on your money, 13% annual return. And one thing, this doesn't account for um, equity buildup of paying down the mortgage. Um, this just accounts for appreciation and cash flow for the income. And then, so this is a 4-bed property for 240 price. This one, a 3-bed, 1 bath for 134. And in that area, $1,600. So then if I come back over here, oops, 130 purchase price, 1,600. Taxes should be lower. I'll use 3,000 to be conservative. Homeowners insurance, I'll say 75. Management fee, maintenance, loan amount stuff. If we're 130 times 75%, that's 97,000. Cash flow 351. Okay. So then you're gonna have the same kind of set of return of assumptions as you scroll down appreciation. Actually, you know what? I figured the cash flow would be a little higher on this one than that. What do you think? What do you think?
No, yeah. I mean, I think, there's a lot of good markets and this would be like a solid get your feet wet. And, these are the kind that you want to look for, I think, in the beginning, right? And just get some
Mm-hmm.
base hits and experience. And once you do that, I think definitely, finding the properties that are very under market that might need bigger rehabs. But I think that's what it comes down to, right? I think that's the rehab type stuff is hard to jump in on your first, especially if you're doing it out of state. So that's kind of where I'm at now, is where I'm really, once I hopefully get this bigger HELOC situated, but once I do that, that's kind of more my game plan, is looking for really undervalued properties that might need more work, but get them at a good price and pay cash, and then not really worry about the interest rates. And that way also too, I don't really need to rush on the rehab. And then
Yeah.
as far as having to pay out hard money or something like that, but just more focus on getting it up and running, and then, getting a better yield on it. But that's kind of where I'm at, is more just, kind of build a base. You have these cash flowing rentals, nice solid returns. And then after, you can start maybe getting a little more aggressive as finding things that might need more work. But that also comes with building a team, right? And getting to know contractors and other people in that area that already are skilled in those areas. But yeah.
Are you thinking single family, 2 family, same zip code, similar area you're already in? Where are you at right now in terms of
Yeah,
just
I would love to find more small multi type stuff, but that's kind of the plan, is look for that. And then yeah, so that the only thing is, depends on how big my HELOC is and things like that. I may wanna test the waters in Allentown, like, get one and just slowly get my foot in the door there. But I think I got a good thing in Pittsburgh and got some good property managers and some agents and trying to work on some things on that. So it's just like anything, right? It's hard to, it's always that shiny object syndrome, right? Like Allentown might be slightly better, might be better, but it's like, is it worth, you know, jumping in there and starting over and building a new team and whatnot? So, but I know some people are already investing there, so that helps. I'll probably just
Yeah.
piggyback a lot off of them. So, but yeah,
What in terms of our conversation, like, was it last night or 2 days ago? It was Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
yeah, Wednesday.
Um, was it Sierra or someone talking about how you should write a book for children for firefighters? What do you think?
Huh? I can barely write proper English. I'm gonna write a regular book.
I mean, that's half the country, so you're gonna attract people, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I probably, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll let my son draw it. Let him draw the pictures for it. Do something.
That would be cool.
Yeah. But then I also, like I said, I want to start doing some insurance stuff too. So that's another thing I'm going to put on my plate. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to go about that because I think that is same thing. It's just about having this residual stream of income and building something to where I can, basically do remotely. And a lot of investors might want to consider whole life policies for different reasons. So it's just another avenue to help people build wealth and find ways to invest. So
Yeah, I mean, whole life that that money compounding tax free, you can borrow off of it over a long period of time. I mean, it's a huge
yeah.
opportunity, especially if you got high income coming in.
Yeah. I told it's not for everyone. And I think that's the thing, right? And it gets such a bad reputation, but it's just people don't, I think, understand how it works and what kind of tool it is. And it's just the same thing, right? It's just another tool to be used. And I've told people like, hey, if you don't have extra income coming in, it's probably not worth putting money into it. It's more just a flow through where if you're generating all this extra income, it's just a storage where that's where it's going to flow, sit, and now you can access it if you do need it to make an investment. So it's a lot easier. Like let's say you're retired or you don't have a W-2 anymore. Trying to get a line of credit or a HELOC from a bank might be a lot more challenging now if you don't have a regular W-2.
Yeah.
So having these whole life policies, which have certain amount of cash value, now it becomes easier to borrow from yourself without going through all the hassle of trying to get a line of credit. So it's just another tool to be used. And like you said, you get, you know, hopefully you don't have, but you get additional death benefits, which, a lot of people do want. And you get tax-free returns but yeah, it's easier to access it to if you do need it to invest in something. And you're not supposed to say it, and it's just it is kind of misrepresented, but you're kind of paying the interest to yourself in a way, but it's not as like people do kind of mislead people saying, oh yeah, you're just paying back the interest to yourself, but it's not completely like that. But
Yeah. Have you messed around with this building permits map?
I have not messed around with any building
Yeah.
permits. And who just called my phone? Hold on, I gotta see. Hopefully it's not this area. Somebody, hopefully. Let's see.
What zip code are you? 15203 or something? What are you?
Yeah, one.
15203?
Yeah, that's probably the two. Hmm. Hold on, I'm gonna pause it real quick because somebody keeps calling me.
Okay.
Where's the pause button? Can you? Oh, there it is. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. No, yeah. I mean, I've never gone too much into that, but why you gonna invest in Allentown?
No, I mean not right now, not until
Yeah.
I get this land thing figured out. But I have clients that are looking, and
Hmm.
I just think it's interesting because um, just more data is becoming available. Like so, this is oh, okay. That's the wrong one. That's Allentown. Here's
Oh.
Pittsburgh. Here's the heat map for building permits, which I guess
Mhm.
that means that people are investing. Um, New construction, renovation.
Yeah. So try look 15212. Well, that's the north side.
15212.
Yeah.
Allegheny.
Yeah. I mean, it's in
Okay.
Allegheny, but that'll be on the north
Yeah.
side of Pittsburgh.
Okay. So okay. So boom.
You've been practicing with Bright Investor, huh?
I mean, I use it all the time, really.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't jumped
Yeah. I
on it in a while.
was trying to zoom out the radius. Let's see here. Zip code. So zip code. Okay, so you have some stuff that I think is down here, right? Just south of the river.
I have stuff, yeah, north, south. Yeah.
So, oh, this is 15211. Okay, this I think this is okay. This is 15203. So $1,900 for a 3 bed. Up here, it's lower, so 1440, 1500, and then prices. I don't know if they have median prices by zip code. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far in this. But like, so how do you know where you want to invest? Obviously, you already have stuff there, right? Like across a couple of different specific areas.
Yeah. So if I was starting over, I'd probably focus on these two zip codes more, just because that's kind of like I don't know if hot. I mean, they're kind of flat right now, but their taxes are slightly lower than if you head further out to the suburbs and stuff. So that's the only thing. I mean, it really comes down to that too. Um,
Ooh,
but the
median price per square foot. This is interesting. So this little nook and cranny, 191 over here versus 140 of cost per square price per square foot. Chateau versus East Allegheny. Where are you at or looking?
Yeah, 15212, like the north side over
Okay.
there. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So I think that's like an up and coming kind of mm, not a rehab type district, but kind of a maybe it was a bad district that's, being rehabilitated and being brought back to life kind of thing.
What is this strip right here? 433 of price per square foot. This is like your
Uh,
downtown area.
yeah, I think it's probably closer to the stadium and stuff.
Okay. When's the last time you visited there, or have you?
This is about as close as I've been to there right here. This is my view of Pittsburgh. This is what I see. See
You've never
right
been there.
there?
You've never been there before?
No, I've never been there before.
No way.
Yeah. I'll probably try and get there this year. I don't know. It depends because I gotta go to Vegas first. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. And then I don't know. We'll see. I was supposed to take my son on a trip, so I gotta plan that too. So I don't know if I got 3 trips in me this year.
Just let me know where you guys are going so I can send some elves to accompany your trip.
I just warned someone else about that. This younger guy said, "You don't have kids yet." Don't get started on Elf on the Shelf, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, now that you've been talking about it, now I'm more aware of it, and I'm seeing it everywhere.
Yeah, and it's become this whole big thing, man. You know, then it's going to become a competition between you and your wife too, because you guys probably got to take turns. Like she's going to be like, you have this week or you have this night, and I have this night. And then it's like, you don't want, you know, your kids realizing like, how come Elf isn't doing anything this night and Elf is doing all these cool stuff this night, right?
It still hasn't penetrated the walls at our house. Thank you.
Well, they're
Thank
going to
the
go to
Lord.
school and they're going to ask their friends, and their friends will be like, did your elf show up yet? And they're going to come home and they'll be like, how come I don't have an elf yet? And then there you go.
And then they're gonna be crying.
Yep. And then you're going to need two of them because you have two kids.
That's right. That is right.
Mm-hmm. Or see, then you can make it one is for you and one is for your wife. And then you guys can pick, right? Each child, and that's your responsibility. See, it's a team. You got to be a team.
It's what
Right?
it's all about.
Don't take relationship advice from me, but it's got to be a team, right? And you, but yeah. I gotta get on Bright Investor more often, but I've been so busy, man. Even the insurance guy, he's like, "Oh, you should." I was like, "Man, I don't know. Right now is not a good time. Holiday season is. I gotta go buy presents. I gotta go buy, yeah, presents, elves, whatever. Even work presents I gotta get. But yeah, then we had a blown roof I had to go to on duty yesterday. It's like, what the? It's like we're not a roofing company. We're here just to mitigate, and we're not fixing your roof, but whatever. It is what it is.
Okay. Walk with me through this property. Okay, so this is a 6 unit. They're listing it for 1.2. It's got
1.2.
6 studio apartments, and then it has commercial space down below, which I don't know how much kind of rent they could get.
This looks. Oh no, that's not the one. There was one that was kind of like that. That was when I was buying stuff. That's what was on there, and that's kind of what I wish I did. I wish I took the plunge and got something like that when I did my 1031. I wish
Yeah.
I was kind of hesitant to get something that size, and but I kind of think I wish I did, you know, because I kind of went sideways instead of scaled up. So
Uh,
so I got multiple properties, but I didn't go up and get something bigger, and I think that would have been nice. So yeah, in hindsight, so that would be kind of the next if I do get that opportunity again. Well, not a 1031 from a one bedroom condo in Hawaii for 500,000, but that would be kind of what I would have done different if I was to do it again. Is gone more up than sideways. I mean,
so
definitely.
when you
Yeah.
look at the net effects, you mentioned you going sideways. So you sold one, got two more. I guess like what was the net effect in terms of
I
just
got like four more,
four more? Okay.
but
Like did it net out with more cash flow or more
yeah, you net
prices
out
or
more.
like
Yeah, you net out more cash flow, but then now you're kind of going backwards to scale up more, right? Now I can't really scale up from the four single family. I mean, I can, but I can't scale up going bigger and bigger, right?
yeah.
So from a cash flow standpoint, it was good. And yeah, you have more properties appreciating. It's just now I've limited scaling up as far as, you know, that one property is not going to be able to scale me bigger than what I had, that original condo in price wise. So,
Yeah.
so that's the only thing I would have done that differently. And in hindsight, like I mentioned, always about the lending of it. So, it's right now it's been a challenge to get equity out of the rentals because I don't live in Pittsburgh. Whereas if I
Yeah.
kept a condo out here, I probably would have more access or easier to use the equity a lot easier. So that's another thing. But so when I do go to Pittsburgh, that's kind of one of the plans is to start knocking on some local banks' doors and building more of a relationship. And but the only issue too is what I same thing learning with the whole LLC stuff is the registered agents. Because my registered agent isn't in Pittsburgh, that's part of my attached to my LLC. I want to say it's in Philadelphia. Technically, I'm not really in the community.
Hmm.
So a lot of those local banks that want to help people in the community for lending and whatnot, it doesn't on paper look like I am in Pittsburgh.
Right.
So that's another thing to consider if you are going to go the LLC route is even like the where your registered agent might be. If you're going to be working with a local bank, like I said in Pittsburgh, you probably want to try and make sure that the registered agent on file for these entities and documents are in Pittsburgh if you want to try to have a relationship with these banks. Because like for me, like I said, my registered agent is Philadelphia, I think. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
How much would you say? Okay. Oh no, before I forget. So, uh, I ran Bright Investor, and this says 99 for a studio, which seems really low. Over here it's a little weird, but I mean, technically, this one is in 15219. Yeah. Uh, I can't tell what's what. Let's see here. Anyway, but yeah, this is negative cash flow. I used $2,000 for the lower level commercial. I mean, it's negative cash flow. It's not going to work. I was gonna ask you for your first rental you got. How
Mm-hmm.
much have rents gone up?
Mine has actually been flat. I mean, like maybe 25, $50. So I think I actually got in right at the peak. So I kind of got the back end of that big increase in rents. And it's been kind of, just very minimal per, 1, 2 years. And even like right now, I got some vacancies and um probably gonna if I want to fill them quicker, I might go below what I had it before. So it's just a matter of if I'm more concerned with filling it quicker, but I might actually just leave it where it's at because I kind of want it to maybe come around more towards the spring instead of trying to fill it now.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'm thinking about. But yeah, and even like we touched on during the live, there's a lot of people that I didn't realize it, but there's a lot of people that don't offer washer dryers in their rentals. And I mean, they offer it if it's there, but they let the tenant in the lease, it states, like, oh, if, you're required to maintenance and we're not required to replace it and things like that. So that was kind of shocking to me. I just thought it was standard. It was just one of those things where it's provided a lot of times.
Right.
Yeah. But I guess, it is very area specific. And
Yeah.
so that's also where I'm on the fence too, is like, do I want to command lower rent and not offer these things? And that way I take the headache out of replacing them, maintaining them. So yeah, that's kind of something I'm considering too. Is it more like, do I just get put a lower rent, but now I take a lot of maybe expenses? But then, the other way I look at it too is, do I want the tenant? I mean, I guess you could put in the lease like, oh, they're not able to do any like plumbing. They can hook it up, but they cannot do any plumbing work to make this particular appliance functioning right. That way, because I don't want them trying start dealing with the plumbing to make this particular washer that they buy, function to be able to work and things like that. So you definitely have to put that in the lease. But I'm on the fence right now. Like, should I just command less rent and then they can use the washer and dryer while but once it breaks, it's their responsibility to have it replaced. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of people I think might find that attractive, right? They're like, as long they may look at the place and it might be newer washer dryer, and they might be, oh, I'll take the chance and I'll pay less rent, and then yeah,
Whoops. So right now,
yeah.
lots going on in the markets. Rates are dropping. It's an election year coming up. What are you focused on? Like, what's the most important thing that you mentioned working on the HELOC, but like, is it systems for the short term rental stuff? Is it allocation of resources? Like, what's the most important thing that you're focused on?
Me, hold on, I gotta pause this again real fast. For me right now, I'm definitely HELOC, trying to build that. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe you didn't hear about it. Did I talk to you about it? I don't know.
Mm-mm.
But
No,
I'm trying to fix my credit a little bit because I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't tell you. Maybe you don't. I was doing trade line stuff. I don't know if that's what I should be talking about on.
no, yeah, I want to hear about it. Like through like business credit stuff, or
Mm, no.
okay,
Anyways,
we can talk about it whenever.
yeah, no. But basically, you know, it's side money. But one of my credit cards got closed. Um, so that that's another thing that randomly got closed, and that card had a lot of years on it and a lot of credit availability.
Uh,
So that's gonna take a little hit on my credit score and stuff like that. So just trying to really clean things up right now. Like I said, you know spending all this extra money on business credit and buying envelopes and post-its and stuff like that. And but just things like that. Even the LLC stuff. It's not a lot of money, but it just keeps coming up. Like, oh man, I thought I just renewed my LLCs, and then you got to renew, like 14 LLCs, and then things like that. So
so
it adds up.
did you hear about the new law coming out in 2024?
Yeah,
The
the Transparency Act, or the FinCEN. So that's just another thing I tell people. Like, now you got more requirements to do, right, for LLC.
yeah.
Um, so just another thing. And but yeah, just trying to clean things up. Definitely trying to build the YouTube channel, and really trying to get a better, I guess, footing in Pittsburgh as far as where I want to go next. I mean, like I keep telling people, there's a individual. He's gonna be on. I interviewed him recently, but he's like my Yoda. I call him. He's this older gentleman, kind of that seasoned investor. That if I was starting over in Pittsburgh, he would definitely be the one that I would probably be starting with or working with and building something with. So it's hard because the property manager that I have now is great, and he's doing a wonderful job, and he's doing a wonderful job for a lot of us. But I'm also like, man, I got this guy here that I feel like I have a great connection with, and I see him like a mentor, kind of. Just like I said, he's just like a Yoda to me. Like, and it's just, so I'm kind of like, man, how do I start building something with him? Because like right now, it's hard for me to tell people, because like I haven't really specifically done. I mean, I've done things. I've sent people to him, but I can't be like, oh yeah, he manages 14 of my properties, and I'm just going based off of my gut as far as talking with him and having some workings with him. So it's kind of like, do I go through the trouble of moving something where I'm having good results? I mean, as I said, the relationship with my property manager is great. It's like, do I move it because I see a bigger runway with this other guy? So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like, so, and then I don't want to leave the people that I've helped, get started,
Yeah.
leave them.
So like my thought is, okay, well, just go get the next one. Go get the next property.
Yeah. So that's where my,
Are there any
uh,
sub two? Are there any owner financing opportunities? You just get one in and Mm,
I never got too much into that. I mean, I know it's possible, and I think it's a great strategy. For me, I think if it's in your market, it's a lot more accessible. And,
yeah.
yeah, the internet is great and whatnot. For me, I think it depends where you're at too. Like I tell people, if I was to retire today, and especially if I moved off this little rock I live on, I'd be fine. Like I'd be okay. So I think, but if you're starting and you're trying to, get the ball rolling, creative finance is amazing. It's a way to get your foot in the door with less money and and whatnot, and get that equity starting to build up. For me, though, I see it as I just don't know if I want that risk or headache on the table. You're talking about now. I have, yeah, I got all these contracts to come up with to make sure the bank doesn't come, try to because now I'm paying someone else's mortgage for them and all these legal restrictions to it. So, I mean, definitely, if it was a seller finance to where they owned it outright and it was just me basically dealing with the seller, then that might be a little bit different.
Hmm.
But as far as a sub two deal, um, yeah, I don't know if that's the route I want to. I mean, I definitely like understanding it and learning about it and having it as in the toolbox, but it might be something more when I'm just like at a point where I'm not building stuff and I'm just like, if it comes across my table, great, I'll dabble in it. But for me, it's just I don't know if I want that risk and
Yeah.
hassle on the table. And it's one of those things where it's like finding a needle in a haystack, right? I mean, you might
Yeah.
out of
Everyone's
50 to 100 properties you might look at, you might find one sub two opportunity. And so
like,
right now,
what's the best use of your time? You know,
yeah. And
like
I'm already wasting a lot of time trying to build a YouTube channel. I mean, not wasting, but it's a lot of work to,
expending.
yeah. So it's kind of like you gotta figure out what's gonna work for you. And I
Okay.
have I have fun doing the YouTube channel. So I think that's kind of where my focus is at.
Hell yeah. What's one thing? What's the one thing that you've learned along recently that you've implemented with your YouTube channel?
Well, it's really you just got to start. I think that's the number one thing. You got to start, and you just got to find. It's really how fast you want to grow and what kind of channel you want to grow. Because there's a lot of people out there that it is all about how many subscribers and how many likes and how many views they get, and they're just trying to promote something that gets eyes on it. And there's others out there that it's more about they're trying to build actual relationship and trying to build content that hopefully helps people or talk about their story. And I think that's more where I'm at is more just I'm having fun with it. Even like the live, I'm sure nobody was on, there's maybe a few, it was like 2.5 hours we were goofing around just talking story. And it's probably not going to help the algorithm with a lot of people checking in and watching it and what, but it was to me, it was just fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. And like you said, talking to people that we've never actually maybe seen and we haven't seen them in person yet, but we've seen them on camera now. But it's like that to me, that's what it's about. I'm just having fun doing it and meeting all these different people. And so far, nobody has gotten offended by me teasing them. So that's the big thing. Like I just find it enjoyable that you know just hop on there and like I said, I've never met that guy Jason, and I'm calling him Dion. I'm making fun of him, and it's like he's cool with it, and that to me that's what it's all about. And honestly, like that's why I loved the firehouse at one time, right? I it was just that's what you go to work, you're just having fun, you're just making fun of each other. When you get a call, you go on a call, and but it's just this, and I think that's what I like that camaraderie and just goofing around with other people. And but so for me, yeah, I'm just trying to build it. I mean, if it goes fast, it goes fast, but I'm just having fun, talking to these people. So even like the comments, there's people that are commenting, on a regular basis now. And I have fun,
right?
just yeah,
Yeah, like I forgot to even look at my own comments. There were like two comments on a couple of videos. I'm like, oh
yeah.
shoot, I need to be looking at this Gmail account more. I forgot that there's comments coming through.
You don't get the notifications on your phone?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you don't have the YouTube Studio on your app, the app on your phone? So you might have to get that because you get notified through that a lot of times.
Okay, okay,
So,
okay.
but yeah, I mean, it's cool. You sometimes you have this video you did like a year ago, and someone comments on it, and you're like, oh man, and somebody watched it recently. And then and then they start watching more because maybe they enjoyed that one or they found something interesting, and then they just start catch. And I'm trying to tell them, man, don't be watching those old ones; those are horrible. But they're like, oh, I like this one, and then so yeah, so there's I don't know, I think there's some guys. Janitor on Fire. I actually met him through Facebook, and he's in the ORAC community, but he's been watching all the old stuff, and but yeah, so yeah, it's fun.
Janitor on Fire.
Yeah.
That's his name on Google or Twitter or
On YouTube. That's his YouTube account.
okay, okay. Oh, he's
Yeah,
got his own account. Okay, okay.
yeah. So he's even thinking about starting one at some point, but he wants to do his more on travel, like traveling, and then he wants to like document that.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, man, you just start, man. I mean, you may not get a lot of views or subscribers in the beginning, but you keep doing it. You'll find your tribe, and you'll find people that want to support you. And like Mikey's always on there between his naps. He's pressing the like and subscribe button. But Mikey's a big supporter, and you know he started the Secret Passport Bros community, and we
Does he have
barged
his own
in.
Facebook page? He's got his own app
He
already?
just started one for Facebook. He was never he just joined Instagram. Or maybe he's had one, but only now he's really active because I think he knows like that's how you support your friends and support these other people. So, and that's the funny thing, right? There's a lot of people that support you that you just met, and there's people that you've known your entire life, and they're like, I
Don't
don't
give
need to
two
like this.
shits.
I mean,
Yeah.
they do, but it's like they don't see the importance in subscribing or liking and whatnot. And
Yeah.
and I get it. I was there too. I mean, I had a lot of friends that started things, and I was just like, oh, my like doesn't matter. My subscribe doesn't matter. But then it's like, hey, it adds up, and you just want their support. And I told him, shoot, just subscribe. You can turn off notification. You don't need to watch my video. Just the subscribe goes a
Subscribe.
long way, right? And
Right?
yeah, so.
Yeah. Well, you said you had an hour. We're up on the hour.
Oh man, wasting my time again. I gotta get
Right?
lunch. I got another interview at 1. I've been busy today because I had to work at another station last night. And then the station I'm normally at is like 5 minutes from my house. So I usually get home. But then when I work at another station, it's further away. So then I got to bring all my gear back. I got to drop it back off at the station. And I come home, and the cat's got to be fed, and I got to do all these things. And I had all these calls I had to jump on. So I'm behind schedule. And then Joel messages me like this morning with
Let's
crying,
go.
crying faces, like, oh, we got to do something. It's like, all right, I'll squeeze you
Let's
in. And
go.
then,
Let's go.
but I actually was only on here because I thought you needed 10 minutes to do
I
something.
did, but we've been
Oh,
talking
oh, so
about
you're going to use this?
no,
I
no,
thought
we'll
you
do
had
it.
10.
We'll do it
Oh,
a different time. If you got to call it
oh,
on the hour, we'll do it a different day.
no,
It's all
well,
good.
my call is at 1, but I got to eat.
I don't know what one is. I
In
forget.
one, in 1 hour and 5 minutes, I have a call.
All right. Let's do
So,
five. Let's cancel here. We'll do 5 minutes,
okay.
rapid fire, and then we'll rock and
Rapid
roll.
fire. All right.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? We're getting
All
out of
right.
this, or I'm
We're
recording
we're
on this
we're,
one
we're
again?
getting out of it, and I'll send you a new Zoom.
All right. What's the day? 20, the 15. All right. It's not Christmas yet. We'll probably do one before Christmas. All right. So, yeah.
All
Thanks,
right.
man. Thanks for
Bye.
bothering me again. Bye.
Yes.